Hi, I'm Robbin Miller, and I'm now interviewing Laura Lee to talk about her book, The Risen.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on to share a little bit about yourself and your book. So, what grade are you in?
I just finished 7th grade.
And going into the 8th grade. Congratulations. So, you've written 2 books. What made you want to write?
My brother is a huge inspiration in my writing career, basically, and I've been inspired by many other authors in the science fiction industry, the fantasy industry, and tons of other genres. And I thought maybe I should write something too. And my book is geared towards like the idea that females can do a lot of things. So my characters are very brave, they're very heroic, and they're saving the day a lot.
All right. So you wrote The Risen and Two Worlds.
Yes.
Okay.
The Risen is my second book in my Two Worlds trilogy.
Good for you. Well, the time we have, did you want to read a short clip?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So The Risen is, like I said, it's my second book in the Two Worlds trilogy, and I'll be reading the prologue. Minerva walked down the dark moonlit path, her sneakers padding over the hard earth. Despite the winter chill, she was dressed in a t-shirt and jeans. The cold didn't bother her. It never did. She traveled down the frozen path to a giant hill. A small opening led to another tunnel submerged in freezing air. Minerva entered and continued on her way, going further toward the center of the hill until the darkness around her finally opened into a chamber. Minerva made a fist and flung it out in front of her, opening her hand as she did so. A small light appeared in the center of her palm, growing until it was a churning small sphere with swirling white tendrils. The vortex lit up the room to reveal 2 young women. As she approached them, she realized their eyes were closed and their arms were by their side, palms facing outward. Snaky swirls of white floated in the air, twirling out from their fingertips. They seemed to be frozen in place. Minerva stepped forward and raised both hands. She took several deep breaths and then spoke. Juliana, Pandora, sisters, I wake you. The milky tendrils streamed from her fingers and spread out over the 2 women. Minerva was enveloped in a swirling bright cocoon that expanded until it whirled around the chamber, causing the temperature to drop. Minerva felt a bead of sweat trickle down the side of her face. With a yell, she shrank the magical storm until it only surrounded the 2 women. The energy swirled faster, and the women took a sharp breath and opened their eyes. In a panic, Minerva tried to turn off the steady stream of magic that flowed from her fingertips without success. The women raised their arms and enveloped themselves in their own swirls of magic, blasting it outward. The twisting storm imploded into a tiny white dot that disappeared. A massive shockwave traveled out, blasting Minerva off her feet. She landed on her back. Minerva got to her feet unsteadily and took a tentative step towards the woman. Sisters, she began. The woman on the left held up her hand and glowed faintly. Suddenly, Minerva's feet were stuck to the ground. She struggled to walk while the woman studied her. An intricate silver band was nestled in her hair. Who are you? She asked. You have awakened us from our sleep. I see potential in you, but I do not know if you are a friend or an enemy. Minerva was relieved to find that she could still talk. Juliana, she said. I am Minerva, born with ice magic. I come to free you from your long sleep and fight by your sides as we battle the fiery ones. The other woman, Pandora, scowled. Why should we trust you? A sorceress has betrayed her sister often enough before. Minerva had been expecting one of them to say those words. I would never do that. I am young and have been living in the shadows for years, gaining power. I am ready to fight. If we do accept you, you will face many risks. You cannot back down from any battle that threatens us. Same as for us. Do you understand? Juliana asked. Minerva locked eyes with her. I understand, sister. Juliana held out her hand, and a bolt of bright white energy shot out from her palm. Minerva extended her hand, and the bolt connected, forming a bridge between them. It was Pandora's turn. If you double-cross us even for a second, severe punishment is inevitable. We will hunt you down if you try to run. Do you understand? Minerva switched her gaze to Pandora. I understand, sister. Pandora released her own bolt of energy and connected it to Minerva's other outstretched palm. Juliana and Pandora spoke as one. So be it. We accept you as our sister. At the word sister, both women closed their fists and the magic transferred to Minerva, becoming 2 glowing white balls that sizzled with icy power. Minerva brought her hands together and sensed it coursing through her bloodstream. She felt stronger than ever before. She felt invincible. Juliana smiled. Welcome, Minerva. Sister, let's get to work.
Wow, that was very nice.
Thank you.
Well, and when you plan to go to college, you're going to be a writer?
Maybe. I'm definitely considering it, though I might also pursue a job in astronomy or the medical field.
Good for you. Well, thank you, Laura Lee, for coming
Thank you.
on. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.